going on, everybody? Let us talk about how it has been a bit over 1 year since I started the process of visiting Orthodox Church and embarking on a path as a catechumen. So, I guess it's important for me to detail why did I transition to the Orthodox Church? Why did I even visit it? You see, I was a traditional Protestant that didn't really even understand my own theology. Um, you know, thought I had my own understanding of the Bible, and that understanding was filled with many different heresies, I guess we would say. Things like iconoclasm, which I was uncomfortable with icons being displayed. I was uncomfortable with different, you know, holidays, which are Christian-based holidays, but I was into the path of thought that a lot of these stemmed from pagan religions. Um, improper at times improper understanding of the Trinity. I've had the ideas that were probably more Unitarian at times. I had a lot of goofy problems, and a lot of that resulted in me. I was going to a Pentecostal church for the last 10 plus years, off and on. But as those issues like iconoclasm and you know uh, things like the speaking in tongues that are done at some of those churches, I was uncomfortable with that. And as that grew, I was I began to stray completely away from the church, and I have a family, so as I strayed away, that means my family is not involved in a congregation as well, which I was more okay with because I was more leaning towards, oh, we got church at home type stuff, and we'll talk about the scriptures in the home. But it was throughout my throughout time and over the last couple years, I had heard you know bits and pieces of the Orthodox Church, and to my knowledge, the only ancient church I knew about was Catholicism, which I felt uncomfortable with. I was a Catholic as a child, and we pretty much left after I was about 4 years old. And I was raised mostly outside of Christianity, which is why it took so long for me to get serious about the faith. So, um, so because of issues with what I had learned through the years of Catholicism, I had no intentions of going back. But I learned about the Orthodox Church in just hearsay. I didn't know anything about it, but I did have a thought that down the street from my house there's a huge, beautiful Orthodox church. I was like, that's, but it says Serbian Orthodox Church, and I always had the idea that this that those churches just are for certain cultures, the Serbian, the Greek culture. Had no idea that this was a faith that was part of the foundation of Christianity going back to the apostles, and how the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church were basically one for the first 1,000 years or so. So, in understanding this, I had to, I don't know, I was convicted that I need to be in a church. I must be wrong about something or many things. And my current thoughts will not allow for me to go into any of these churches. So either I have to admit that I might be wrong about a ton of stuff, or I could stay where I'm at. So I read a little bit about Orthodox Church, and some of those, and whatever I had learned convicted me to where I at least owe this a try, a visit. So even though I was an iconoclast, I have uncomfortable ideas of depictions of uh, just anything to do with Christian uh, depictions. I humbled myself. I had to go and put all my ideas aside. Visited the Serbian Orthodox Church, and I was just it was the senses. My senses were taken, by everything. When you enter an Orthodox church, you have incense, you have icons everywhere, you have people that are bowing and crossing themselves, and it's just every sense is taken in by what is done in the Orthodox Church and its liturgy and its services. Um, and so after that first visit, I had to rethink everything I thought I knew. It was after that, and this was about last February. After that occurred, I spent maybe a couple weeks of learning a little bit more, and then I emailed the priest, and he recommended to me a book called um, I believe it's the Orthodox Faith by uh, Callistos Ware, but that uh, that book was a really good resource. I started going to um, some of the Bible studies and immersing myself, and before long, I realized how much I was wrong about and how this was going to be home now, because it really just everything, every sense, it's like it's so alive, this Orthodox faith. It's so tangible. And my faith before that was just in my head. So now it's been over a year, and I am, I've been a catechumen for since August. And I'm not in the Serbian Orthodox Church, but I am in a Orthodox Church of America. And what a blessing it is. But my father in the church is such a wonderful resource, and we have our meetings every week, and he is, he's amazing to speak to and to learn from. And I think that they probably are all like this. So I really recommend, if you're on the fence, if you've been thinking that something needs to change, that, your faith is not set in a strong foundation, ask yourself why, and consider visiting a local Orthodox church or communicating with a spiritual father and seeing what they recommend for you, because it is quite the journey. And even though I'm 36 right now, I'm pretty much a baby again, and but it's a good thing. I now have a real theology and foundation, and different saints to study that have, it's not just the Bible from 2,000 years ago. You can see how the faith never stopped. For 2,000 plus years, we have saints and people that have fought for the faith, and it is a wonderful thing. So let me know what you guys think and what your experience is like. And I really recommend that you just rethink and seek information on the ancient churches. Ask yourself truly like what you want your life to be about, and if you want your life to be about Jesus, and this is the path for you to make it that way. So yeah, God bless you all. Let me know what you have, if you have any questions in the comments, and we'll talk to you soon.